Can you put your headphones just back a little bit on your head? It looks very strange.
Tell me how to dress.
I'm not.
Is there a dress code in here?
People are going to be like, oh, it's so nice that they let their brother.
Too far back now.
Put it so it's in the middle of your
A
head.
little bit. That's too far forward.
That's too far back. You've got like a little.
Why is this always? This has never been an issue before.
Can it not? Can you not feel that
Is
on your
fine?
head?
This feels centered. That's like
That's centered.
It's actually too far forward still.
Is it?
I'm fucking
fucking
with
hate
it.
you. Yours is upside down.
Okay, it's working.
It's on my chin.
That you do that?
You can wear it however
That's
you
cool.
want, man.
Is it?
No, it
Yeah.
was the
Have a think about that before.
Is that fine?
Yeah.
Is it good?
This is what it looks like when you do it.
You look fine.
That looks fine.
Yeah.
That
So
looks
we're in a
good.
football helmet from like the 1950s.
It does. It looks like I'm
Well,
like.
your eyes got bigger because you're trying to elaborate it. Does this look good?
I feel like Waterboy.
Well, I have the same.
Okay. G'day and welcome to the Mellow Tiger podcast. My name is Bree, and joining me this is like the second
Hi,
intro
guys.
of the day because we fucked it up.
Yeah.
So you,
Me.
who are you?
Hello.
I think you said hola. You want to do that again?
No, I've changed it again.
To Ola.
Actually, no, I will go Ola.
Do it.
I say Ola.
I think we should go further and expand our diversity on this show. So I will say hello in all different languages.
Je m'appelle Brie. Comment allez-vous?
I said me.
That's fair.
Mm.
I did try.
Just trying to
I
take
tried
your,
to jump
like-
on that.
Yeah, she's like, immediately she was like, that's a great idea. I'm going to do it.
I was just trying to showcase the only other language I can speak. And it was taught to me by someone who could speak it. And he said, I don't understand why you say it with a Mario accent. It was Camille's cousin, Karim. He lived with us for a month in Brisbane. And in exchange, he taught me, because he spoke Swiss French. So
That's made up. Swish.
It's not, well, you can speak Swiss German or Swiss French, which I think is just like kind of Germany Swiss or like Frenchy Swiss. I fucking don't know. But he would teach me things, and all I knew is like, oh, je m'appelle Brie, comment allez-vous? And sometimes I'd say like, it's me, a Mario.
A bit.
He'd be like, yeah, why do you do that? I'm not
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know why I do a lot of things.
Whoopsie. But yeah, it shit itself, and George's dog let us know. She did. She had the sixth sense.
She wasn't trapped at all under
How
the
many
house.
senses do dogs have?
I think it's like 6.
What's their sixth sense?
I don't know.
No,
I
we got
was
the
a
same,
guess.
isn't it? Don't we have 5 senses and they've got the same?
You got no sense, mate.
Yeah, I'm up to 2.
No common sense.
I'm like
I'm
I'm stuck on second level. I can look out one eye.
Lick
but
out one eye? Or
I meant to say look.
Oh, okay.
Speech was my other.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the 6th sense is just the supernatural. Everyone has all those other ones.
Like,
well, not
yeah.
everyone, but
So,
it's 5 senses, and the next one can only be a supernatural.
so
Sort of like
the sixth
psychic.
sense.
Yeah, that's what 6th
I
sense.
see that.
Yeah, that's a sense.
Have you
we
seen
have.
that movie?
We watched it. Oh, you kidding me?
We watched it heaps of times.
I looked after this one. Well, when I say I looked
You
after,
looked after us. It's like,
Mum and Dad went to. It was like one of the first nights we got left at home without babysitters or anything.
was this when George hit a
No, that was Jurassic. That was
golf ball into your
That was
nutsack?
Godzilla night.
Was it?
Yeah, but same thing.
I don't
Though. We were all
remember.
home alone. Yeah,
I remember hitting you in the nuts with the golf ball. I don't remember what movie we watched.
I remember watching
afterwards.
Godzilla because I was traumatized. I remember everything.
I remember Josh saying, don't hit me in the nuts. Ha ha ha. And then you were like, okay. And you swung
just
the
whacked
golf
it
club.
anyway.
Were you aiming for his nuts?
He's a hit. Man.
Nah, I would never aim at a target like that. I was going for the hole, and then I yelled out 4, and he.
That wasn't going for the hole.
I remember
It's
you
going
holding
next door.
the chook bucket while you
No,
tried to
yeah,
clutch
you had
at
the
your
golf
nuts.
clubs.
Yeah.
And I went to try and block it with the golf because I went in a fight and flight. It was happening. He
Yeah.
just belted this ball at me. So I've tried to block it with the golf club. He's gotten through and smacked me.
And
And
I
I
offered
went
you.
down. I tried
offered you-
chasing him. But then I
George
ran out.
ran.
Yeah, but then I ran out of energy because it was so painful. It was hurting.
And I offered you a popper.
You did too.
And
I was down.
some
I was down over the other side of the fence, vomiting my guts up because it hurt so bad.
come
And,
here.
and the cat was eating it while I was vomiting. Remember that? Benny was like, "Oh, thanks, more, please, more." He's like, "Oh, yes."
I just love how
good
you were like,
stuff.
what sort of distance was that too? Like that was a
Oh,
fair
it was
distance.
50 meters, probably 40
No, it
meters.
wouldn't be
Was-
50
I'd say
meters.
like
meters?
30.
Yeah, 30
35.
meters.
Yeah, probably. There's a
Like-
hole dug up
and
there. He
you're
got a
like-
driver out.
How old were
30
we?
meters
How
out.
old would I
Old
have
enough
been?
to know better.
I was 12.
That's one of the best shots I've ever hit.
I think I was in high school.
I was 12. So you would have been 13 or 14.
Yeah.
And you would have been 10 or 11.
Whacked
Yeah.
that, man.
That
And I
was
remember ringing
hilarious.
mum and telling her, "I'm going to kill your
Of course
son."
you did, you fucking snitch.
Mum, I can't find my other ball. It's gone back up inside me.
That's a real worry though. People do suffer from that, don't they? Like, what
It
is
was bad.
Undescended testes or some
Yeah,
shit.
mine goes up every now and then.
Does it?
like
Like
a
up, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's like a
What?
little pocket there.
Yeah, there's like a little. I don't know.
Sometimes you just got to go,
Your
just
nuts
push it back
go
down.
up into your
Only
body.
one. My right one never does. He hangs pretty low.
I didn't know which one it was. I don't take that much notice.
Sorry,
but it
How
does happen.
often does this happen?
Not very often. Not like normally. Like you have to squish. Obviously, put pressure.
Like jerking off. that's what
Why
he's
does
saying.
it? What?
I don't know,
Why
I
does
just-
it do that? Like, is
don't
there
know.
a reason, or sometimes it
No,
just
it's probably
goes
like
up?
freedom, something different.
Something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just born with nut pockets. No one uses them.
Except
It's
us.
an accessory not many people
I didn't know
use.
that could happen. I thought that was like a bad thing.
How do you
Or
think
is it
I
just-
felt when I
is
first found out? I was like, holy shit!
Is it just
Yeah.
a bad thing if it doesn't come back down?
I guess
I guess
so.
so.
It
It's
hurts
never
when it's up
happened.
there a bit too long. I've timed it.
Can
See
you,
how far I can
can
push
you
this.
coach it to come back down?
Yeah,
Yeah, come on, buddy. Come on.
Oh, you know that.
You got the hay in your
goldfish
hand?
snack, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, mate. Come on, we're safe and dry and warm in here.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
That's so weird. I never knew that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's weird that it happens.
It's weird that it happened. It's still weird.
It's strange.
Yeah.
But it's like common. When you said that, I was like, you should see a doctor immediately. And then when George's like, it's fine, I'm like,
It's
Damn
not
it,
common.
2 out of 2.
It's not common.
do you know,
No.
to be fair though, if you both experience something, it doesn't mean that that's normal.
Could just
It
be
just means the
genetic in the
genetics.
family. Ask Dad. He's like, I don't even have. They've always been up there. What do you mean they're below my penis?
I think
Hermaphrodite.
I think we're way more like inbred than we first thought too. Like
Okay.
going back further.
Mm.
Like I feel like Ma and Pa weren't the only ones that were related to each other. That we didn't know. You know. But going back further, I think that there was like their parents and their parents' parents intertwined a little bit. They did the devil's dance a little bit too.
I don't even-
Everyone's related.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we're very related.
See, I've never really heard the story, the background. I just know we always talk about it, and I don't want to know the story.
Can I tell you?
No,
Because
I
it's
don't wanna know.
hilarious.
I
No,
don't
it's a
wanna know.
really good one.
I think you've told me before. I'm just saying that.
But it's like
sorry.
super. No,
I'm just saying that because I don't want to know. now to think of it, yeah, you did
Oh,
tell
yeah, you
me.
did tell me. I remember now.
I
Let's
remember
go to the
everything.
next
Okay,
one.
Josh, give us the details. then.
Yeah, I know.
no, like the drama around it is actually way better. So grandma was telling me that her and Pa got married, right? And at the time they reckon they didn't know they were related, which is probably true because it's very weird. They're like my grandmother's, like Ma's great aunt is Pa's grandmother or some shit opposite, like something like that.
What do you mean related? Like distant?
Ma's great
She just
aunt
explained it.
is
No, but
Pa's grandmother. They're the same person.
That's kind of close.
That's pretty close, bro. But apparently they didn't know about it and no one knew about it. And then they got married. And then there was someone in the family, I believe on Pa's side, that didn't like the fact that Ma and Pa were married and went to the priest to try and get their marriage annulled by presenting this information that they were related.
He just
that
put
they-
holy water in a spray
I
bottle.
don't think they
Yeah.
cared. Like they
Get off you two.
but I think by then the damage was done.
It's
You know
done,
what I mean?
yeah.
So
The
they
backup now would just
could
admit
you
were wrong
imagine
too,
having a family member that despised you that much they tried to go to a priest to ruin your marriage?
then? No, I couldn't imagine it. No, not
No, I
me.
have nothing to do with Father Jenkins.
All right, I'm going to go first. And mine's a shorty, but like a sweetie. You know what I mean?
I love shorty sweeties.
And there wasn't much information. So
it just puts the iPad down and we're done.
so everything I've written about is accurate, but I just had to I just wrote about it swimmingly, like in such an irreverent way to kind of add more to the story. But this happened, okay? So the year was 1990, and on this fine day in Orense, Spain, a group of enthusiastic kids were playing soccer in a picturesque rocky mountainside. During their game, one of the children kicked the ball near what looked like to be a fresh rock slide, and when another went to collect it, he was shocked with what he discovered, partially obscured in the rubble. It was the corpse of a man.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was going to be the Muffin Man.
Josh, you're going to be this. I'm sorry, I should have trigger warned this for you. This is going to be upsetting.
What, because a corpse of a man?
With his pants around his ankles
Uh-huh.
and by his waist, he clutched a disheveled chicken, also dead.
Oh, God. Oh, the chicken's dead.
He was fucking the
both
chicken and then a landslide hit him. Little pocket chicken.
Upon further investigation, it was discovered the man was 39-year-old Herminio Rivera Cusero,
He sounds like a chicken fucker.
a local bricklayer turned chicklayer, who the previous night had abducted a chook and evidently clambered down the mountainside seeking privacy. So he went to a
Oh, I
farm
knew it.
and he got a chook. He took it with him. He liberated.
Yeah.
He liberated the chook. He's like, "Come with me, my precious." And he clambered down this mountainside. He was like, "Finally."
He flew down it like Zelda.
All the other roosters came to attack him. So he got this chicken and he took it. He was like, shh, my precious, it's okay. I stroke it like that.
I think I just threw up in my mouth.
From excitement.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, while allegedly clucking the chicken, Herminio was carried away by his passion for poultry, and the Spaniard's flapping dislodged a large rock, and the unnatural conjugal between man and bird was abruptly halted when it plummeted on top of the couple, killing them both instantly.
The couple.
I love it. They're already together. You're making it sound so normal.
It's
It's
like a
very fine.
relationship.
Yeah, it's both consensual.
It's really, yeah.
He fucked a chicken so hard that he brought a mountain down on himself.
Disturbingly, the pathologist
That's a good word for
who
it.
had been
Yeah.
disturbingly, the pathologist who had been assigned to the case revealed that chicken feathers had been found stuck to Herminio's cock.
Was there semen inside the chicken? Oh, you probably didn't finish.
Josh, I don't know.
Oh, now it's disgusting.
He probably didn't finish. So yeah, that was my story. I've got a photo. Would you like to see it?
No, thank you.
I want to see the video.
What?
What?
You don't want to see the photo?
No.
No, you can't. Like it's
Is it just a picture of a dick with feathers on it?
no.
It's wing jerking him.
I have it on my. I'm not sure where my.
I don't know why they're just like lovers.
He's
Yeah,
like
he had a
tickling
relationship with that chicken.
What's the thing called? The on the neck. I should know.
I don't know. You're the
He's fiddling with it like I used to when I'd thrill the blanket. He's just like, yeah, I like that. You like that little chicken?
So that's how the corpse was found.
Oh, that's big rocks. Oh shit, there's a chicken.
What's
You
that?
shouldn't laugh like
Oh,
someone died,
man,
but
he
it was
really
weird,
was-
eh?
Well, I mean,
He was raping a chook.
he was raping a chick. It's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
Might have been consensual.
You can't consent when you're a chook
I don't know. How do you know?
because you can't. We don't know, so we should just leave that alone. You know what I mean? They don't have the right mind to consent because they're a chook. That's how I know.
I feel like
I don't know.
it just begins with the chicken. And if that rock slide didn't get him, what else could have he done that's got? If you're
You
happy
say
to do that
chicken's
with
a
a chicken,
gateway.
it's a gateway
drug.
drug. Oh, I'd say something before the chicken was the gateway. I think
Like
the chicken,
what?
you put a foot through the gateway.
Chicken's a weird one.
I don't know. Is it? They're easy
Uh,
to catch, I guess. But their assholes are dirty. I don't know how he's.
I think we shouldn't try to justify like why.
No,
like,
I'm justifying why a rock slide hit him.
I know what you're saying, but I'm like,
That's
we
an act of God. That's like you shouldn't be doing
Yeah,
that.
it's like,
I'm
yeah.
putting a stop to this now.
This is not going on the waiting list for
No.
a prayer. I'm going straight. It's like I'm bypassing everyone else's
I'm
problems.
intervening now.
Yeah. Pulls off the little red light tape, just steps through, right? Like, "Ugh," just walks back past
You know
all the
what?
guys waiting.
You know what? I promise to leave people alone. They can do whatever they want, but
Yeah.
this is it. This
Yeah.
is the line you're crossing, and I've got
Yeah.
to intervene.
And walks
here.
past all the other prayers from the sick children. Just goes, I'm tired for the day.
A lightning bolt would be too quick.
Yeah.
We're going with a landslide.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that being your legacy though? Like that's how you died and that's how you were discovered. And there's not much information on it. So it's kind of like, did he have a wife? You know what I mean? Like how embarrassing was this for him and his family?
Oh,
And
I wouldn't even know how to address that.
why didn't he have his own chooks?
That's a good point. What
Like,
someone
yeah.
else's? That's pretty
He
messed up.
took someone. He stole
Imagine
a
being the
chook.
chook owner. Like someone stole my chicken and raped it.
Don't tell me it's
Where's my
dirty.
compensation?
Yeah, I'd be emotional compensation.
Yeah.
Because you have to see a psychiatrist about it. Imagine that. Some guy raped me chicken. You don't get past that.
It's disgusting.
You don't get. That's something you just don't get past.
Imagine the poor kids who discovered it as well. Like, what?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
wouldn't have laughed their heads off. They would have just been like, this is
I don't know how old
disturbing.
they were either. So
They're playing soccer, so they would have
But
been.
that's so dangerous as well. Like, if that could happen to him doing that, the kids probably shouldn't be playing there.
That's true.
But it's like, who cares? It's the 1990s. anything goes.
It was in Spain.
In Spain, in Orense.
Like a local
Well.
village outside.
Did you like my joke that he was a bricklayer turned chick layer?
That's pretty good.
You know,
Yeah.
it was good.
That was good. I missed that.
Okay.
I heard the bricklayer part, but I didn't listen to the rest of it.
Bricklayer turned chick
But it
layer.
was good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it from me. That was my
Pretty fucked.
story.
It's hard to
Okay,
swallow. that
well, I
one.
can follow
So-
this up.
well-
I got a story about birds as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Duck fuckers.
This was actually, yeah.
Duck fucker sounds better than chook fucker.
It does.
This was brought up on our last show, and I think it was brought up by you, Joshua.
Of course it was if it's to do with birds.
But I thought to get a little bit more in depth with it.
Technically, this is my story then, but
Yeah,
continue.
you can. Yeah,
What did you bring?
absolutely, absolutely. The Great Emu War of
Oh
1932.
yes, I want to hear about this because
What
I only
is-
know about it, but I haven't heard the details. This is fucking so good right now.
Yeah. Following the conclusion of World War I in 1918, Many discharged veterans found themselves given land by the Australian government to take up farming within Western Australia.
Oh, it was always shit. Hey, it's like, you can have this dust pile piece of shit.
Yeah,
Nothing
basically,
grows.
Thank
it
you
was
for your
hard.
service,
Yeah, you
yeah.
couldn't grow anything, but here you go. Here's some land.
Yeah.
So,
Kind of
But-
rude.
yeah, the land was often in less favourable agriculture areas, but with the beginning of the Great Depression in 1929, many veteran soldier farmers focused on increasing their wheat crops.
I guess you could set up for wheat.
Can you imagine though, like, farming, and especially back in the day, you can't just Google shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you've never been a farm before, and they're like, "Here you go, make wheat."
I
you'd be
thought
like,
about that the other
"Oh."
day.
Yeah.
Anything
It's
like
all-
that's like you need
it's
to
either,
learn.
It's either trial and error,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or you have to have knowledge from someone else who's done it before.
That's
Yeah.
it. And even if you're around it, like I live on this farm, and I watch Dad make hay all the time. It feels like it's your turn. I'd be like, "What?
Yeah.
Just
What?
pressing the two.
Do I mow it first or bale it first?" Like, you know what I mean? Like,
How do you
I'm
start the
fucking-
tractor?
Yeah, well, I have
Yeah.
no idea what I'm doing.
Just Skull drags a baler around. It's not even on.
So the government promised funding to assist the new farmers, though it failed to deliver any form of assistance, which sounds like it still like today. The government just
Promise.
Here's $4. You can get 2 pints at the pub with that.
remember when it was like during the flooding or the drought, and instead of the government actually spending money, like giving the money to the farmers to help them out, they instead put the money towards getting people out here to tell the farmers what to do.
Oh yeah, that was so
that's
bad
right.
because
You
that
know
was
what I mean? Like,
that
you don't
was
know
an
what you're doing.
Yeah, that was more of an investment to help them with the. I was just like,
I'd rather cash, please.
yeah. Do you
They
know,
send out magicians.
How much are you getting paid? How much is your salary? I just want that.
you know how
Yeah.
people get shot on farms?
Yeah.
This is what's gonna happen.
So wheat prices continued to fall, and the farmers threatened to not deliver the wheat if they were not properly paid. So their troubles increased by the annual arrival of up to 20,000 emus.
Fucking.
So,
So
as if
they-
it wasn't bad enough already, now you got 20,000 emus coming through your
Are
farm.
they migratory?
They're birds.
What's an sound as an emu, mate?
I have no idea.
Like a terrifying clicking. It'd be like a clicking
I don't
sound.
know. You reckon?
I reckon
Like
so.
muttering, like whispering to each other.
They give me cassowary vibes a little bit.
They're freaky
They
cassowaries.
I
will
don't like
fuck
them.
you up. They're like
They
the
will.
hippopotamuses
Remember
of Australia.
Wild Boys used to go in and fuck with the cassowaries?
Yeah.
It wasn't
Mate.
Nick, like
I
Pontius,
was-
and he
yeah.
was in there
Put
with like a
pads on, didn't
shield.
they? Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they were literally like, you should not be doing
They're
that.
so
Nah.
territorial and
I was never scared of a wombat until I watched Wild Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Which was so good.
I was never scared of toy cars till I watched Wild Boys.
Ew.
that was
That was
Jackass.
Jackass.
Oh yeah, that was too.
I'm trying to see.
He's going to the
This
doctor.
is-
The doctor's taking x-rays. He's just looking at it and just like
It's not
looking out
normal.
at him.
He's asking questions.
This is the sound of an emu.
Mate, imagine 20,000 of
A
that.
Velociraptor,
But that's
yeah.
where they got a lot of the sounds from.
It's like a drumming,
They're
purring
like
sound.
like a cat.
There's like 2.
Imagine 20,000 of them.
Oh, they're in love.
They're kind of cute.
They can open doors.
That's freaky
That's
sounding.
fucking freaky.
That's
Imagine
where-
20,000 of them doing
Imagine
it.
if you're in the dark, like
Yeah.
camping out in the outback or something. And you
Yeah,
heard that.
you see all his eyes.
That's exactly what Steven Spielberg did for like Jurassic Park. Though he went, so he probably would have gotten as many bird sounds as he could compile.
That's a terrifying one.
Because I think the T-Rex was a combo of a lion's roar and an elephant's.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you call that when elephants?
Trumpet.
Is it?
I don't
Yeah.
know. When they make an elephant sound.
Yeah. What would you? Because a lion roars, an elephant.
Trumpets.
Yeah, that sounds.
That can't. It's not
It's-
professional enough.
I'd probably say it's the closest thing to it.
Yeah. I'm pretty good.
I don't want to misinform people.
No, they'll know. They'll just be cursing us out right now.
Elephant.
It's called
trumpet?
bedazzling, you idiots.
That's not what that's called.
I know. They're just the first thing that come to my mind.
Elephant.
Do you reckon he made the Velociraptor out of its part emu, part magpie?
No, I think he actually caught a real velociraptor and just took the noise off it.
Taught it open doors.
The-
I know I need
In
you to
fact,
do
I
this
think
in this
Jurassic
scene.
Park was real.
Josh, it's called trumpeting.
Oh, there you go.
No, Junie will do that. Like she'll talk about dinosaurs and she'll be like, "Mummy, where are the T-Rexes?" And I'll be like, "Oh, you don't have to worry about like there's no dinosaurs here." She goes, "Are they in a different world?" And I'm like, she always says that. I think she means country.
The Lost World.
And I was like, yeah, that's what I think of too. And I'm like, no, they're not here. She goes, "Did Poppy kill all the dinosaurs?" And I was like, yeah,
It's an
that's.
educated guess.
So before you were born, there was heaps of dinosaurs and Poppy killed them all. And she's like, "Oh, good."
Goes to school and then she learns about how they're really wiped out. And she's like, no. No.
That's misinformation.
Meteor was Poppy.
I have an alternative history for you.
Tells them all. They go and tell their parents.
But that's it. Like, she, you know how weird she is. She's like, Poppy killed them all. I'm like, yep, he did. Anyway, go ahead. That's creepy as
So
shit.
20,000 emus. Is that what you said? That's
Yeah, so
a lot.
20, like, they're already having a hard time, these farmers, like ex-military people.
Yeah.
They got the land, they started growing wheat, which wasn't going good at all, and they weren't even getting paid for it all, and then all of a sudden, 20,000 emus rocked
I
up.
feel like you can get a lot of money for emus. Like,
Ooh, that's a good
their
point.
meat.
They think
and
of that.
I think that was a bit later they tried to do something like that. So the new farmland in Western Australia was very suitable for emus, who migrate after breeding season ends.
So would they eat the wheat? Is that
Yeah.
an issue too? Like they'll go
they
through the
run
Yeah,
it
fields
they,
over.
they ate all the crops and that.
and walk through
And yeah,
them
they'll walk through
yeah,
them and all that sort of
trample
thing.
them. Fucks.
I'm just imagining like an emu going up to a bit of wheat like this, like trying to get its tongue to get in its beak. I don't know why. I just feel like they'd eat like that. Like this, they get the stalk in its tongue.
And the farmer comes up like this with its gun, and another one comes out. Clever girl.
20,000 emus though, like you wouldn't be able to move.
No.
Yeah.
They arrived in huge numbers, consuming and spoiling the crops. They also damaged the fences around them, allowing other wildlife to come into the area as well.
Oh, they got fucking backup from different animals.
This isn't the emu's fault.
Is it?
It's not. It's people's. We shouldn't be there. You know, that's their migratory pattern. I feel sorry for them, granted, because the government was
sound
like,
like an
you can
emu.
just have emu land. Yeah, I'm an emu sympathiser.
Emu. Broomstick.
I'm a horse.
But I feel like it wasn't like, yeah, that'd be happening when you're making farms in migratory areas.
Yeah. Farmers were quick to relay their concerns to the Minister of Defence.
Who was totally helping them before.
Yeah, George Pearce,
I thought it was Peter Dutton.
who agreed with their plan to use machine guns against emus.
They had the 50 cal
Veterans
out there.
are like,
Like,
can we use machine guns again? He's like, you guys have used them before.
Yeah.
You might as well use them again.
So he's like,
How about
sure, no worries, you can use machine guns.
And
But
they're-
however, he did attach conditions to this agreement. For one, the guns were only to be utilised by military personnel. So only like ex-military people.
this is like
And
an
he- and-
emu militia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
It's a war.
Yeah.
Like it is literally, they called it, what is it called?
The emu
The
wars.
Great Emu War.
Great
It's
Emu.
not just the Emu War, it's the
labelled
Great
war. Yeah, it's
Emu
labelled war.
Yeah.
It was an actual war.
Yep. So the guns...
Australia's so dumb.
So the guns were only to be utilised by military people. Troop transport was to be paid for by the government.
And now
But
they're
the
cashing in.
farmers would have to pay for the soldiers like food, accommodation, and
What?
ammunition.
Well, emus, they can eat them.
Ammunition's expensive, especially back in the day. There's
That's
just been
what
a
I thought.
war.
Like
Yeah.
the government just paid for them
Could be
to
an
get
excess.
there or get around, and the farmers had to pay for food, accommodation, and ammunition. I thought that military would at least give them like ammunition.
This sounds like, you know, when you hear about like sex work, you think you're gonna get a heaps good job, you're gonna have sex with like a dude and get money for it, but then it's also, oh well, I gotta take my cut of the room, and technically I'm bringing you
Yeah.
the client, so then I gotta take my cut of that, and also there's like cleaning, so we clean the rooms and the sheet and everything on top of that, makeup, all that. Sometimes you eat while you're here, so yeah, so you get $10 of every $100 we make.
And
Sounds
you're
like
gonna have sex with someone you don't want
this
to.
sounds. Do you know what this sounds like? Exactly like Andrew Tate's like webcam scheme that he used to do to women, where he'd be like, yeah, you come here and I'm gonna give you. It's like a, what is it? It's a 50-50 split. He'd tell them 50-50 split. And then they'd come to him and they'd be like, yo, I'm only getting 30%. What's happening here? And he'd tell them it was like taxes. He had to pay the taxes on top of that, and he had to pay for everything else, when really he wasn't paying their taxes. And then they'd have to go and pay their taxes again on top of the 30% they were getting. But they
Smart
didn't.
business, man.
It was
Yeah,
like,
that sounds like those women might have been a bit smarter.
sounds like it was a bit illegal,
Oh,
actually.
yeah.
Like
when,
very
when isn't it
illegal.
with those sort of?
But that's what
Yeah.
that's what it sounds like to me. It's like you think you're getting like a fair deal, but really it's like, by the way, we're going to give you this land, but
Tax,
Yeah,
tax, tax.
you have to pay for this, 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 and this, and this. It was like, I'm not making any money, and I hate my life.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go kill some emus now to make me feel better. The soldiers would have been. They would have been excited. They'd be like, "Fuck yeah, I'm
That
getting
is the
paid."
best. They
to
can't
go.
even get you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like fish in a barrel.
Yeah. Until it started, then they're like, "What have we done?"
There's no danger.
Yeah. So they kind of use it as like a two birds, one stone kind of scenario.
Oh, did you
So-
put that in there on purpose?
This plan would provide the soldiers with good target practicing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like practice, and solve the farming problem as well.
And you can eat them, so you don't have to feed. Like when they
Yeah.
say you have to feed them, I'd be like, you're only getting emu. That's all you're gonna
Imagine,
eat.
I can just see him now the first night around a fire, the big old fucking drumstick. It's just, you did it, boys.
Big emu leg.
This knee's all backwards.
Have you seen that episode on Netflix? It's like Bert Kreischer. He goes to like a cabin and then he invites
Oh,
his mate. What's
yeah.
Tom Segura,
Segura.
and they're cooking. I think it is an emu. They're
Is
cooking an emu like leg, and they cook it over a fire, like a rotisserie style. But they get there and the whole emu is just given to him. Like it's not cut up or anything, and he has to cut it. Tom ends up having to cut it up with a chainsaw. And then they put its leg on the fire. There's another dude, he's like always on Joe Rogan's podcast, or he was, the old fella, the old comedian that looks like an Italian mobster.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
Joey Diaz?
Yeah, I think so. And he's really funny. And he
Yeah.
goes there with him, and they all three sit there and they're like, okay, let's go eat this thing. And they like go to bite into it. It's like fucking raw.
Oh.
And Tom Segura had to get in like a fucking sperm suit to like hack it all up because Brett was like, I'm not doing that sort of thing. And it was just crazy.
Wasn't it about him going out and getting sober or something in
Yes.
the cabin?
Yeah, but he
I
wasn't.
haven't seen it. I know like what it's
But that's
about.
literally the first episode. They go and get an emu, and it's just delivered to them by the emu people, dead but like whole. And he's like, "What the fuck am I going to do with this?" And they have to go get like a little electric chainsaw,
Just cut
and
it
Brett
up.
won't cut it
Would
up.
there be
so
much meat to an emu?
I reckon there
Yeah,
would be.
it was-
It would be.
Yeah.
It'd
it was
be-
massive drumsticks. Like that's what they were doing, and that's all he did. He kind of. It was so crazy. And Tom Segura's just in there like me, like maiming this fucking
Yeah.
thing, and then they go to cook it, and it's like spent hours and hours on the rotisserie, and it's raw. Like there's nothing else they can eat.
They'd have a thick hide though. It'd be hard to cook through and cut through that skin.
I believe so.
Maybe
yeah.
your new hobby could be emus.
It would have been if I had the property. I was seriously considering getting one.
So the Australian forces were under the command of Major Meredith of the 7th Heavy Battery of the Royal Australian Artillery. Holy shit, say that quick.
I wouldn't be able to return home to my wife and family if my job was eradicating emus.
I
Yes,
could.
my husband is in the army. Yes, he's very high up. So how did you go on World War II? No, I'm out there killing damn emus.
My husband is Major Meredith and he is of the 7th Heavy Battery of the Royal Australian Artillery.
Oh, that sounds really intense.
It
Is, like,
does.
what does he do?
He's going after emus.
Oh,
And losing.
I'm sorry. I think I misheard you then. Is this like some culture we're trying to colonize? What did you say?
Is that like Charlie? Is that like slang
Yeah,
for like
Charlie.
his
Yeah.
enemy?
Charlie's out there. Emus out there.
Oh no, he kills human-sized birds. There's like 20,000 of them.
They fucked a fence up though.
Would you want to? Do you want to fight one giant horse or 20 little ones?
Yeah.
I'll take the little ones one at a time.
So, equipped with 2 Lewis machine guns and 10,000 rounds of ammunition, they anticipated little difficulty. So, do you know what the Lewis guns are? It's like the old style World War II ones. You ever seen them a lot?
Like
on
a
the front
50
line?
cal, like
it the
a,
one
No,
with-
no, just like a machine gun.
Yeah.
Kind of, you know how the Germans would sit there in the trenches and they got
Yeah.
the machine gun.
Oh, yeah.
And you know they blow the
Or you
whistle
can
and the
mount
guys
it.
would get up and charge and then
Yeah.
just like.
They mount it on. You can mount it on the
Yeah.
ground or on.
Is it like on the back of an Indiana Jones plane?
Well, you can. I think you just
When they're
mount them
like-
anywhere. I think that you can
Yeah.
just mount them.
Okay.
So military involvement began in the late 1932. I think it was like November 2nd or something like that. The first attempt beginning in Campion, some 300 kilometres east of Perth. 50 emus had been spotted there, but the birds were found to be out of range of the guns.
They're smart.
Yeah.
Don't step closer.
The locals then attempted to herd the emus into a ambush.
Killing zone.
Full on setup, Halo. Full on operation.
This is so fucked up.
Do you know what's even funnier? This is 1932, right?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be needing that like ammunition in like a decade.
I think it's
like, maybe.
1918, isn't it? First
No,
World
No,
War.
this is 1932.
This
It's
is
after. This
after.
is after all the World War One vets
Right.
were settled on their land.
Can
in
you
Western
imagine
Australia.
the resources this used up that could have been good to like I don't know, go to Germany, kill some
Two
kill some
Lewis
Nazis?
guns, 2 Lewis machine guns, and 10,000 rounds of ammunition, and they go on hunting emus.
Practice, mate. Practice makes perfect.
So they've set up this ambush. Okay, the emus did not all run together as predicted, and chose to instead split into smaller groups, making
Oh, that'll
them harder
fuck
to
you.
target.
Wouldn't that fuck you?
Yeah.
Get some good training now,
You
boys.
know, like Game of Thrones, the map where they have it rolled out on the table before they go into battle.
Yeah.
Got like the stick that's
The
pushing
board.
the emus, and we believe if we act in this manner and push our men this way, the emus will push into this
Pincer
corral.
move. We're gonna pincer move them and come around the sides.
Yeah, and then you go, and then it clicks to the emu one. It's like a feather push them on. Going, they're gonna try and ambush us here.
Yeah.
We need to fucking split up here. They'll never know it's coming. Flap, flap.
So basically, they had the ambush set. They've gone after them. They're splitting a
split.
smaller crew.
Yeah.
This is the Australian version of Stormtroopers. Sorry, Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And then
Is it?
they still went chasing them and trying to kill them, and several birds were killed. but nowhere near the anticipated amount. So they just shot a few birds. That's
Why
all
are we
they got.
getting outsmarted by emus?
2 days later, Meredith established an ambush near a dam where more than 1,000 emus were gathered.
Holy shit, you wouldn't want to make a mistake there.
They had one emu that would come to them and be like, so the chief emu's daughter, it's her birthday. It's her inauguration or something. She's having her bird mitzvah.
But
They would
At the dam.
They would be at the dam on this day this time. And then and just flop through. What the fuck is this?
So there's this dam. There's 100 emus gathered at this
100
dam.
or 1,000?
Gathered just sounds like we're gathering for like the
Like a
That's what I
wedding.
mean about mitzvah.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
a loving family.
There's one wearing one of those veils. Like,
the gunners waited until the birds were in close proximity before opening fire.
Oh,
So they
hell
just
yeah.
wait.
This is
These birds are
disgusting.
just coming
This
in.
is
Just
awesome.
like, fire! When they're all close enough. Unfortunately for the troops, the gun jammed after only 12 birds were killed. And the remainder all scattered before the issue could be resolved.
There's a scattering.
So they're out there.
Yeah.
Can you imagine 1,000 birds? They open fire. The gun jammed. I think it was 12 birds were killed. So they only got 12 of them. And then all the rest of them just boom, gone. You're ruining my party.
she's on the ground
They were
crying,
literally-
rocking back and forth. No.
Literally, like the birds, are, like looking at them like this, like they're so pathetic, like up and down as they run away. Like, what the fuck, bro?
So there were no further birds seen that day. So they couldn't find them after they all scattered to the wind.
I ain't coming back.
In the days that followed, Meredith moved south, where the birds were meant to be slightly tamer. I don't know how that works.
These ones let us pat them. We can get up nice and close and stab.
Let's
Yeah.
get the ones that have semi-trust for us.
Yeah. We don't
Yeah.
even eat the weak, guys. I respect fences. You die now.
I don't understand how you know they're tamer or if they're tamer south.
Someone-
It's someone's pet. Like it's someone's. There's two in the
Up in the
backyard.
backyard.
I know where there's some tamer ones.
Kill just a chicken.
It's like, dude, he like brings him out. He's like, this is Clarice. She's beautiful and she's lovely under the moonlight. This is Sharon.
I told her to speak English. I don't want to die. See? So much tamer. Gets the chloroform out. You birdie.
They're still trying to kill it on the ground. Gun jams again.
Takes an axe to its neck.
So they went seeking out these slighter tamer emus, and still they only had limited success. So
That's so
still they
pathetic.
didn't.
This is why they need practice. This is pretty shit.
Yeah. By the fourth day of the campaign, reporters began to say that the emu packs had leaders that would cause destruction and warn the rest of the birds if there was trouble taking place. So they were actually treating this like they have generals
Officers
and
and that,
stuff
yeah.
in their army, and that they can tell the birds when danger's coming
I feel
and
like
let them know.
I feel like, you know, you've done this, we've had this first kind of world war and we've put a lot of time and effort and money into it, and we have these resources maybe now since it's finished that are just catching up. You know what I mean? Like the bullets that we were making to send over, what are we going to do with it? There's these people that are in the army that, like, you know, that they're conditioned to this life now. What are we going to fucking do? Like, those are the ones that usually turn out like killing their wives or something and then having all this PTSD. It's like, let's keep them channeled and focused on these emus.
Plus-
And they took it.
Yeah.
Plus the training, because they fucking need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they
If you can hit a bird in full flight, shoot that, then you've got
Oh,
no
mate,
problem
no
hitting
problem
a human on
shooting
the other
anyone else.
side.
Yeah.
and they're still trying to, like, you know, what is it? Trying to have a reason to still have the army together and do all this stuff and send
Yeah.
them out there. It's just like, this is important.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot too. We gave you land. You have problems. You can sort it out yourself, kind of
Yeah.
too. We'll give you a few more troops, but you guys can sort it out. So by the end of the 6th day, a quarter of the ammunition had been used. Only a suspected 50 birds had been killed.
Jesus.
What? No way. Do the emus have like snipers too? They're just-
Scouts.
Yeah, scouts. So
This led to George Pierce pausing operation on the 8th of November. So he's like, you've used, what was it, 10,000 rounds of ammunition. You've used a quarter of it,
Killed 50 birds.
and you killed 50 birds.
But sir, they're wearing body.
how can
We
they-
have to regroup.
I don't understand how these birds could have been such a big issue and you can't even get them in a group together to kill them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they're causing all this havoc. Are they just, I don't know, going about it the wrong way? Like, should they just needed to play like the waiting game?
It
and
sounded
wait
like they were just relying on these machine guns, and like they said,
To
get them in
mow 'em
those
down,
group,
yeah, so they
group
can't
areas
escape.
of 1,000, and then just unleash on them
Yeah.
and take out as many as you can.
But they went and used the machine guns on a pack of 100. Like, you'd think if they were getting thousands upon thousands of them, you would select a better.
I think that was the problem.
Patch.
They had the 50 of them at the start, and they went into smaller groups, and they still continued to go after them and
Yeah.
try and shoot them.
They got overexcited.
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Major Meredith, surprised at the tenacity of the emus,
This is
was quoted, this is a quote, comparing them to the Zulu warriors of South Africa due to their maneuverability and speed.
Yep. And feathers.
a sad time for Australia.
Shooting
Or
birds
do
and
we
just
just
need to appreciate? I know why it's so, or do we just need to appreciate how good they are? Emus.
Yeah.
You can't compare an emu to a Zulu.
Zulu
Like,
warrior.
that is insane.
Oh no, not that. I'm talking about like we
You
can't
can't be like-
easily kill them with a gun.
You like, we need an update, sir. And it's like, the things I've seen, these emus,
They chant.
they're like the Zulu. I hear them in my sleep. I can't ever get too close. They sense me coming. They are formidable foes. Just like goes to a dark place.
That's yeah.
You don't compare an emu to a Zulu.
They
Well, no,
compared them
unless
as in due to their maneuverability and speed. So they're saying that agile.
It's weird. It's almost like they're a fucking bird that runs on two legs. Like, it's so
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. They're probably so used to killing people that when they had to kill a fucking animal, like I get that they're not top of the food chain animals, but that's what they do. They're fucking fast on two legs.
And they would split up too. That'd be a defense mechanism to fucking split up and try and, you know.
Did they get like
confuse,
I reckon it's just the emu
confuse
scared as
the
fuck.
predator?
Oh, fuck.
This direction. They're like, oh, this direction. Hey, Bob's going that way. I'll follow big butt.
Did they consider
Hey,
getting,
Rico, you come with me.
Rico, Danny didn't know.
Did
That's
they-
what I was left behind.
consider getting like a zoologist involved or anything to study
God,
emu
no.
behaviors and patterns?
Pew
And
pew.
just the gun or sort
Yeah.
of yeah.
Unsurprisingly, the farmers' crops continued to suffer at the hands of the emus. The 12th of November saw a reinstatement of military activity supported by the government of Western Australia. So they took like 4 days off. They were like, on the 8th of November, they're like, we're going to stop.
That's now Easter.
4-day
We're
weekend.
gonna pause the operation. We're gonna regroup. We're gonna take a breath.
Is there a public holiday for that in Western Australia now? The Great Emu was public holiday.
And on the 13th of November 1932 saw some success for the military as over 2 days they were able to kill approximately 40 emus.
That still
the,
seems pretty low compared
Yeah.
to the 20,000 they're after.
yeah. By the end of November, the military recorded that they were able to kill approximately 100 emus a week, a marked improvement from the first campaign.
Did they have KPIs?
They probably do now in their head,
Like
not on paper.
like they had to report it.
Yeah.
They-
I reckon they would. You'd have to count the bodies and
Yeah,
so they
I'd-
know how
I'd-
many they're killing per.
They see
You'd
a
have
dead,
to do it because you've got a certain amount of rounds that you've been given.
Yeah.
So you'd have to have some
They
sort of
want to know
outcome.
what the output is.
they
yeah.
see a dead cockatoo and they're just like, tally for the
Six.
emu. Like,
Yeah. You'd think you'd budge the numbers a little bit,
It's a
wouldn't you?
possum
Yeah.
hanging dead out of a tree. Hey.
They go 99 and there's no more left. He just points at a hummingbird in the tree. 100.
Meredith claimed by the 10th of December that they had killed 986 emus
Holy shit.
with 9,860 rounds of ammunition.
That's
10 bullets
yeah,
per
that's-
emu? Is that what that works
I
out
think
to
it's
be?
100.
100 bullets per emu.
'Cause
If
it
you
would've
only
just
go
been
1,000,
wildfire.
10,000, yeah, it'd be 100 bullets per emu.
It would have just been wildfire though. I think it would have just been spraying. There'd be
Yeah.
no like putting them down one by one.
Yeah.
I think it was a time for biochemistry war then. Wouldn't you just give them all a disease? Like just, and
I
they
don't
can
know why they
spread it
didn't
to
try
each
to
other.
poison them or something
We're
like that.
awful,
maybe.
awful like as a race, like
Yeah.
the species we are.
Do we try and communicate with them? Like peace?
Yeah, can you do that thrumming sound that they make?
Look.
I think that's the mating. Through the wall, the emu.
All 20,000 of them with these big old
Imagine
hard
you
on.
just sat down next to them and they're in front of you. They just peck you in the forehead and walk off. Like that's just
It loves me.
negotiations.
Oh wait, this one loves me too.
Negotiations were unsuccessful.
So they reckon they killed 986 and used all those ammunition, but they also say additionally he thought they had injured 2,500 more that would later die from their injuries. But that's just a guess, I guess.
I reckon they would have just gone straight to Emu Med Bay. I reckon they're clever enough if they're splitting up like that. They're patching their wounded soldiers up and they're coming back.
That's scary.
Hey, that's what they're doing.
This
With platypus venom to seal the
is
wound.
genocide. They're just taking over their land and they're like, I'm sorry, but I'm on the emu side, like for the most part here.
Yeah, I just like that it's happened. It sounds really cool.
Yeah.
You're just like, I'm just enjoying the story. You don't need to get political about it.
Oh no, I agree with you. It's their land, but I mean, Emu War is pretty cool.
It's pretty funny.
Despite the initial problems that the farmers had faced with the cull of the emus, they were forced to request military aid again in 1934, 1943, and 1948.
So that's going through World War II now.
Yes.
They're actually still.
So, and yeah, the farmers are still requesting the aid.
The funny,
All these requests were turned down by the government.
the funniest part about this is just the incompetence that surrounds it, really. Like, and that they're just like, we need help with emus, and the government's like, nah,
Yeah.
not gonna do that again.
Can we make money from that? No. Oh, we're not interested.
Couldn't
And
you
they-
set up like? I'm not there. I don't understand how vast the wheat farms are, or what land they're on, but couldn't you just put up emu-proof fencing and just let them
think they
live?
I think
that.
they do in the
That-
end.
that's what they end up.
No,
having to do.
that's not.
I
They
think-
didn't try that first.
No, that's
Oh, okay.
later.
I feel like the money you spent on the bullets and the people could have just been, build a fence.
I think they didn't think it was going to be as much a problem as they thought. Given machine guns, they'll have it
Kill a few
sorted
of them.
in like a week.
Yeah.
That's how they do it, though. You just kill it if it's a problem,
Yeah. Now there's
Don't
this
try and
deep down
prevent, just
hatred that
kill.
emus have for people.
Yeah. So denied military support, they instead introduced a bounty system that proved to be effective.
That would be sick. What do you do for a living? I'm an emu.
Kill emus.
bounty
Yeah.
hunter.
And I'm doing it during World War II, so I don't have to go to war because I'm needed here.
It's important.
Killing
Yeah.
emus for money.
Yeah. In 1934, so this is like 2 years later, 57,000 bounties were claimed in just a 6-month period.
That's insane. How are emus
57.
not extinct?
I know.
Did we used to have emus around here? I reckon we would have, right?
Would have. I've only obviously haven't seen any yet.
I've seen some on the
World.
way to Turon.
Yeah, I've seen them
In-
like out in the wild.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh no, I think there's an
Emus?
emu farm there, isn't there? Or
Yeah,
something?
I don't-
Yeah,
I've
that's out
seen
the
them in
back of
farms.
Turon. It's an emu farm.
We should definitely do an emu farm.
I would have done one. I was going to call it Flintoff. Maybe made it work, had it all sorted.
Why Flintoff?
I don't know, to be honest. It
That's-
just
That's weird. That like you were really
you're
excited.
stuck on the
I'm
name, not the
saying,
emu farm.
just wait, because you're like, we're going to call it Flintoff. And I was like, you're really excited to say
Yeah.
that. Like, what does that mean? You're like, nothing.
I don't know.
was
It's
like,
just, I
oh,
don't remember
this is
why.
a
It did
nice-
mean something.
Nice
What-
little fact to throw in there real
just
quick
remember
as a
So
top.
nice because I was going to bed tonight and I was going to be like, what the fuck was he calling that farm?
Yeah.
Is he going to
I'm
give
so
them
glad
names?
you
So there's
said
going to be numbers.
Why Flintoff? But why Flintoff?
I don't know. We made it up on the spot, and I try to remember it then.
Were you just like sounding out stuff?
Flintoff. I
And then
think
you
we
were
were.
like,
Flintoff.
Flintoff?
I'm surprised you didn't call it. I want pat that dog.
We want
Pat
that
that
dog.
dog.
I was going to write it and everything.
I think it's a good idea.
Not
I
like
think,
a good
I
idea.
think emu meat, you can get a lot of money for it.
Yeah, there was. What do you profit from? There's something else. I think you can actually sell fertile eggs, but they don't lay that often.
Oh, do they not?
What do you do with the eggs? Like massive eggs.
You can hatch them.
Can
in
you like
incubator
make a bacon and egg roll with it?
You could, but it'd just be. I don't think it tastes
It's a
weird.
lot of
It's like
egg.
duck eggs. It's a different.
I have it. No, I have it. I have the answer.
You go.
You ever seen Jake Gyllenhaal playing?
With his balls.
No, fucking
know what you're
Prince of
trying to do.
Persia.
Oh yeah.
And he has the emu, I know they're ostriches, but they've raced ostriches in it.
Oh, they do too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is emu racing.
Yeah, there is down in South Australia.
Yeah, but mine wouldn't be fast because I'm not training them.
It's not the point. There's just
Okay,
no one
sorry.
else doing it. And
Yeah.
it could be a bit of fun.
But there's none left because we killed them all.
Did we?
No, there's still heaps around.
Yeah.
Okay.
So get them.
Okay.
We can kill a few more.
Let's find them.
Word began to spread around the globe about the Emu War, with some conservationists condemning the activity, supported by the Australian government as an unwarranted extermination of a rare bird. I don't know.
Rare.
60,000 doesn't
Yeah.
sound so rare.
Yeah, rare.
And that's
ain't.
just where they are.
I think
Like,
that's
just in Western
excessive,
Australia.
but that doesn't sound like they're rare.
yeah,
It'd be like kangaroos. They're just everywhere.
Pests.
Yeah.
it
Hippity
did increase the
hoppity.
popularity of exclusion barrier fencing in Australia that provided effective at keeping out the emus as well as other pests. I don't know why they keep us like tagging other pests and stuff onto these emus.
Like the kangaroos? Or I think they had an issue.
don't know.
Dingoes were really bad. That's why they had or rabbits, like rabbit proof fencing. Like
Yeah.
that rabbit. But the
Rabbits would be
rabbits
bad.
aren't, they introduced. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Emus
they're
are
not
natural-
native.
So, however, in the 1950, the problem remained. Hugh Leslie, an Australian politician, campaigned for farmers to be issued with ammunition from the army to help with the emu problem. So we'll kind of come, 360 all the way back around again.
Have they heard of what's that one that they
Napalm.
ate? Yeah, napalm. They should have just been dropping napalm out of fucking helicopters.
We're in for a penny and for a pound at this point. Let's just
That's
fucking
it,
finish
like-
it instead of
Napalm.
napalm. Burn the
Oh, no,
desert.
you-
It's already burnt.
I feel like you laugh, but
And
I
you
feel
cook
like
meat as well.
Yeah.
But
Well, when do you go, this is okay, but napalm's not? I mean,
They signed a treaty. That's a war crime. The emu said no, but napalm.
yeah, that's true. They've done a little.
I just feel like that would have been more effective, more cost effective too, because they all huddle. You'd have a helicopter go out there with a bunch of napalm on it, just like out the you know what I mean?
Jet comes through.
The emu's like like the snake from Anaconda,
This guy's throwing gas cannons and Charlie Close.
just aiming like flamethrower.
Surrounded.
Yeah.
Flamethrowers
She's
would
like
have been
they're
better.
coming up like off Starship Troopers and limbs are falling off.
Comes and grabs him and drags him
Yeah,
off.
cool. Oh.
Cool movie.
We're going to make one. There'd be an Emu War movie out there.
Yeah. This was approved and 500,000 rounds were released to the farmers. However, the emu may have triumphed at the end. There are an estimated 600 to 700,000 still alive today, and they are classified as least concerned by local conservationists.
What about,
As in,
what about compared to kangaroos, you reckon?
they're
Oh,
everywhere.
Yeah,
Aren't
kangaroos. would be way more.
Yeah.
You'd be millions and millions.
There'd be fuckloads of
I'm
that.
not allowed to touch them. Is there a reason we're not allowed to touch them?
Yeah, because when people come over, they're like, we don't have kangaroos in our country.
I feel like shooting a few here and there
Just
wouldn't
because
hurt.
they're the natural, they're the native animal, and they're on some money, so you can't.
You're not supposed
They're on
to.
an emblem.
I thought you weren't supposed to eat your native animals, but people eat emus. Do you know what I mean? My watch is telling me get up. Mind your own business. I'm working here.
Were you guys there, or someone was telling me? I feel like it was my kids, but you might have been there for Izzy's birthday. About they're on our national. They're a national coat of arms and emblem because they can't, like, emus can't walk backwards and kangaroos can't go backwards, so always going forward.
Wrong party. Don't know about that one.
So I thought you
Is
might
that
have
right?
been
Is it
there.
like a
kids told me.
motivational thing?
Yeah,
a
it's like
metaphor.
because it's
Yeah.
always forward, no going backwards, and the two animals can't go backwards because the emu's knees are all like ambidextrous or whatever it's called.
I think we should have done the thylacine. I'm just saying. I get like, oh, it's a metaphor for we only move forward as a country. And how cool would a thylacine be on the coat of arms?
Did you hear about, I think it's called like a carnifex or carniflex
Yes.
or something?
Yeah.
How insane is that?
Yeah.
what?
They did a movie on it recently.
I watched it.
How good is it?
I liked
A
it.
carniflex.
It was kind of scary.
It's like the koala, what the koala was before it evolved into the koala. It was megafauna.
Oh, one of the megafaunas.
And it
oh,
was
yeah.
it was about like I think it was two girls and a guy, and
Yeah.
they were filming something in the Blue Mountains. What
Sounds
were
hot.
they were filming something.
Chickens.
They were going and grabbing like data off, what do you call them?
Oh,
the
cameras,
the
like,
cameras you put
yeah.
out. And they were trying to get it all. So they were like conservationists,
Yeah.
where they would like, if they can spot an animal here, especially endangered ones, that means they can't build through that area. So it kind of saves the area as
Yeah.
like an ecosystem.
And they were doing a documentary on it
Yeah.
as well, and they went in there, and turns out there was a carnifex. That's what it's called, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Carnifex or Carniflex. I can't remember.
And
I think it's
it's,
Carnifex.
So this is a movie.
Yeah, it's
Fiction.
like okay,
right.
no, but this creature, it was real. It was like a
Oh
one of the
yeah, one of the
megafauna.
23s or whatever.
And
they
it was
were.
still, because it was like somewhere in the Blue Mountains when like no one really goes, it was still alive there, and it fucking fucked their shit up.
Imagine being the first people coming over, like the Aborigines, the first guys, and seeing the 24 megafaunas, whatever they are, just having to live with
I'm
them. And
just gonna go, oh wait, that sandbar washed away. Fuck.
fucking
Like, you
6 foot
know.
koala bear coming at me.
No, and that's what it was. It looked like a wombat had made love to
was
a
like-
koala,
Yeah.
It was the size of like an African lion.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
and it lived
How-
in the trees, and it would
yeah.
drag its.
So drop bears.
Shit.
Yeah,
up into
exactly.
the
That's where the
tree.
stories come from as well as like
You'd
drop
like it,
bears. Like
Josh.
this, imagine a massive lion, and apparently its jaws were like like a hyena, like it had
Yeah.
a bite force. It wouldn't like come and drag the prey away. It'd like kill it in like one bite, but it used to come out of the trees and like ambush because it wasn't very fast or something. So I'd just jump out of the tree and ambush
It
like
looked super
animals.
muff. It gave me like Staffy vibes.
Yeah,
Super like.
Oh yeah,
staunch.
that's fucked up.
But yeah, the movie is really good. You should check it out. I watched it ages ago, and I was like, I thought, you know how you see ones and you're just like, it's kind of like an independent indie
Yeah, yeah.
Australian
It's
movie.
proper done.
It's probably not going to be that great. It was really good.
it's like that, but the size of like a lion,
That's
like
crazy.
an
yeah.
African lion, like as big as an African lion.
Jumping in and out of a tree.
You'd like the movie.
I,
It's on Rockbox.
I didn't know we had that sort of megafauna.
Either did I.
I thought like Tasmanian tiger, you know how you get like the Queensland tiger and stuff like that. I was always like, oh, just
Just
Tasmanian
big.
tiger, just a little thing. But being the size of an African lion,
Yeah.
there
There
was
was
like
like
way as much
yeah.
as one too.
There was like wombats 10 times the size of what they are now or something.
Yeah,
Just romping
and I'm
around.
pretty sure thylacines, like the Tassie tiger, and that their DNA is more akin to like wolves.
Yeah.
So dingoes weren't that different to
They,
them.
imagine having them here still.
Oh, I fucking would
Imagine
love
us as kids on the
that.
farm. They'd be terrorizing everything. They'd be too aggressive, eh?
but even imagine
I
that,
think
like
they are.
that's in like a movie as like a monster. Like
Yeah.
imagine if you were out in the outback and you're in this real remote area and that thing's like stalking.
That's
you.
what I said. The Aborigines would have had to put up with that because when they come over, and I think they wiped out all of them except one megafauna, but that would have been something that would have been they would have had to fight, and
Yeah,
it would have been
no
killing
Yeah.
us. Yeah, I
Just
I was
go
going to go
there.
this week, like to this afternoon or tomorrow, because we're off. I was going to go and
See
watch
June.
June too, because that first movie was
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you can't now. I will not watch.
Can't now. Oh no, yeah,
But
not,
not
gonna,
here.
yeah. I was going to until I worked out it closed.
I won't be able to watch June without Daniel because I have to be like, what was that about?
Oh really?
Oh,
You
I
don't follow
fucking
it, can't
no
follow
idea.
it.
I could follow it. Surprisingly, I could follow it.
I could,
Yeah.
I followed it, but I had so many questions that I wanted answering immediately that they
Yeah.
weren't giving me.
You will.
answers
You'll get
to.
him in the next movie.
So, but Dan's read the book, so I was
yeah,
like,
I want to read the books.
What's up?
what's that about?
Yeah.
And Dan be like, I don't really remember. I'd be like, what do you mean? And he'd be like, I don't. I was like, but what do you think it means? He'd be like, I don't.
Give me your take on
He's
how
like-
you think this
Yeah,
should
he
go.
was like, "Do you mind if we watch the movie?" I'm like, "Oh, so now he doesn't want to talk."
Yeah.
yeah.
It was a long, slow movie, and I normally don't like slow movies, but it kept me interested with the sound effects, the visuals.
Did
and
you see the merch that they had out to go to the cinema? The June popcorn boxes. You didn't see that?
No.
No.
It looked like something that someone would definitely be fucking up the back of the cinema. I'll show you. It's so good.
Oh, Shogun. I got to start watching that too. Have you started watching it?
No, but it
Shogun?
looks really good.
A few of my mates said it's actually pretty good. I was afraid because of Disney, and I thought it'd be too PG and a bit, crazy. And they reckon it's actually they've done it well.
Yeah.
This
Right.
was the June popcorn.
Oh, the scenes.
Bucket.
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
Dudes be taking that home. Hey.
I'm strapping it at the shower wall.
They were no, they were more worried about what they were doing with it in the cinema while they were watching.
I wouldn't be
Dune.
able to wait to go home either.
Everyone coming out with like a yeast infection on their dick or something.
Hey, you're not enjoying the movie? I like it.
I'm enjoying something.
Looks like someone's
Could
up
you
there doing
imagine
push-ups.
that though?
Yeah,
and
wow.
I think you can get them in Australia.
Can I get
They
them
look
online?
at Josh up and down. They're like, "You can't have one."
Sorry, no. I've come back in with a mustache. Huh?
Yeah, the fake mustache and
Yeah.
the nose and the glasses.
May I have another? I destroyed my last one. Fucking
Whoops.
chicken.
And I love
You
how
put
it's
the
come
story.
full circle.
Circle, yes, we're back to the start again. now.
Making love.
Anyway, to chicken. Yeah, you can spin it how you want.
The chicken.
It's,
Picking up speed.
Fucking hell.
He's all sweet.
it's like, is this happening? Well, anyway.
Yeah, we'll leave that.
Thanks so much for watching.
Thanks, guys.
We'll
Thanks,
see you
guys.
next time. Bye.
Bye.